yeah, savoir, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, over 60 businesses closed due to COVID-19 impacts. Police force notes decrease in crime. And Salah Mara pleads not guilty to charges.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
66 businesses have closed due to the impacts of the COVID-19 crisis. Minister for Local Government Pramila Kumar says the survey conducted by municipalities highlights the virus has had an adverse effect on Fijian businesses who suffered the consequences of the economic fallout. Kumar adds their detailed damage assessment shows that most of these businesses are restaurants and liquor shops that depend mostly on the disposable income of Fijians and from the tourism industry.
The on-the-ground survey carried out by the Municipal Council showed that the economic impact of COVID-19 is evident throughout our municipalities. 25 businesses in Suva, 14 businesses in Nosori, 16 businesses in Lambasa, 7 businesses in Lotoka, and 4 businesses in Nendi have closed down due to COVID-19 to date.
The police commissioner says the overall crime rate has fallen in the past few months. Brigadier General Sitiveni Gileo says serious crime and crime against women and children have decreased. However, he says the fight against drugs continues and the force is continuing with its raids. Gileo highlighted the officers are now utilizing body cameras during raids as a lot of accusations were being made against them in the past.
Because we've seen over time the first thing that people who are raided do is go and lodge a report or run to the media that we were heavy-handed in the way we raided their properties. So that's why we've got body cams now, we've employed drones.
Commissioner Gileo says they have collected a lot of information regarding drugs over the past few years. He adds they're looking at acquiring various software to process the information quickly, as currently they're doing it manually. More than 10,000 employers have been covered in the 2020 nationwide workplace survey on the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The survey began on the 13th of this month, will canvass all 24,000 businesses and corporate entities registered with the Employment Ministry. Minister responsible, Praveen Kumar, while updating Parliament about the survey, called on employers to think of how to reconfigure their businesses in light of COVID-19.
As the COVID-19 pandemic continues and current medical projections do not give us a concrete timeline, we need to continue to rethink how we do business and to create lines of employment that work within the health realities and guidelines.
The new owners of Bumble Bee Tuna have assured that there will be no changes made to their agreement with the former owners and the Pacific Fishing Company. Bumble Bee sold its assets late last year and is now owned by Fong Chan Formosa Fishery Company. Economy Minister Ayar Said Qayyum says a meeting is scheduled between the new executives and PAFCO will take place once the COVID-19 related restrictions are eased. Said Qayyum says Bumble Bee purchases only small volumes of albacore from local fleets.
As a backup, if you like, Mr. Speaker, sir, given the dearth of albacore, the PAFCO and Bumble Bee are also currently negotiating the processing of skipjack tuna, which is more readily available in order to meet its annual supply of processed tuna loins. PAFCO is also attempting to get more skipjack for its own production itself, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The Ministry of Agriculture has embarked on developing organic fertilizers for farmers. Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says this is done to help reduce the unit cost at farm level. Dr. Reddy says they are developing a 10-acre piece of land in Navua for a composting site. He highlighted this will also help reduce a lot of green waste found in dump sites.
Where the poultry manure will be dried up, and then this particular medium will be mixed. Mr. Speaker said the idea is to supply this to farmers, household sector, who will then develop their own compost and then take this material and mix it with the compost where the bacteria will multiply.
The One Laptop Per Child initiative was shelved in 2016 due to the impact of Tropical Cyclone Winston. While responding to a question from Opposition MP Lenora Gerger-Tabua, Education Minister Rosie Akbar said the initiative was running smoothly and was piloted in 3 primary schools in 2014. Akbar says Cyclone Winston then damaged 495 schools, costing the government over $200 million and resulting in the diversion of funds for rehabilitation.
We halted everything to respond to TC Winston because our children were homeless and hungry. Sitting in tents on the wet floors, the main priority for the government was to put a roof over their heads and books in their hands. There was a shift in government priorities then, and as a result, Ministry till today has not been able to commence with the other phases of this project.
Former Fijian Ambassador and Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs Salah Mara has pleaded not guilty to 2 charges laid against him. Mara was charged in January by FICAC with 1 count each of disobedience of lawful order and giving false or misleading information. FICAC, former Fijian Ambassador and Permanent Secretary, pardon me, there were partial admissions in Mara's caution interview, and that prosecution will be relying on that. In a related matter, Mara is charged with 1 count each of obtaining a financial advantage and causing a loss. He is alleged to have caused payments to be made to himself from the Washington Embassy, funds amounting to 38,481 Fijian dollars 17 cents between September 2016 and October 2017, while serving as the Fijian ambassador to the United States of America. Both cases were adjourned to June 30th to fix a hearing date. Sustaining the high tempo of operations was a worry for Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Giliho. The force today received 500 litres of hand sanitizers from Paradise Beverages, which will help it to effectively carry out operations. Giliho says the sanitizers will make the operations more robust in terms of flexibility, as now they will not have to carry big water tanks. He highlighted the assistance is timely.
It makes us more robust in our deployments. As you understand, or if you look at pictures that were coming out, we had to go and buy water tanks so that we could put it at our checkpoints, and soap so they could wash their hands. But with this, it makes us quickly, we'll be able to deploy more quickly.
Fiji has received 7,500 face masks from the Chinese government to ensure health and safety of Fijians at workplaces. Minister for Employment Parveen Kumar says the handover is timely. He says the handover marks another milestone in both countries' relationship, where the engagement has been progressive.
The Fijian government has gained a lot in terms of technical assistance, professional development and capacity building programs from the People's Republic of China. This much needed assistance does not only benefit our government, but it will assist the Fijian community as a whole.
In the U.S., police have clashed with protesters after an unarmed man died following his arrest. This cell phone footage, which you may find confronting, shows a police officer kneeling on the man's neck in Minneapolis. The incident triggered angry calls for justice. Up ahead, FNRL continues tests talks post-COVID-19, and Kamikamica ruled out for storm.
Bula FM number 2 and seri.
Bula FM number 2 and seri.
The end of the year test between the Fiji Bati and Invitational Tonga side and New Zealand is still on the table for the Fiji National Rugby League.
We have until August as a deadline for when the Asia Pacific Rugby League will deliver final verdict on whether or not we're going to have the end of year test.
Fiji Bati and Storm prop Tui Kamikamica has been ruled out for Saturday's NRL clash with the Raiders. Kamikamica's name has not been included in the Storm's match day squad. There was yet another disruption for the Warriors to overcome in Australia. The training ground was put out of action due to heavy rainfall, forcing a mad dash to find alternatives. A weak trough of low pressure remains slow-moving just northeast of Fiji. It is expected to gradually move over and affect the northern parts of the group from today. It will remain cool at night. And that's your FBC News now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Fight fake news by getting the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital media news, www.fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Stay safe.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.